Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Podcasts. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sarah. Thanks so much for being with us today.
So, today is a special episode, episode 26, and we're diving into something nostalgic for me, actually. A real story from my past.
Ooh, I'm intrigued already.
Before we start, though, if you're listening and English isn't your first language, you can always turn on YouTube subtitles to get a real-time translation while you listen. It makes it easier to follow along, especially when I'm telling a story with lots of details.
Good tip. Now, spill it, Adam. What's the nostalgia about?
All right, so you might not know this, but years ago, back in the 90s, I was a freelance journalist at the Wall Street Journal in New York.
Wait, what? You never told me that.
Yeah, I was a junior back then, very junior. Kind of felt like I was just, learning everything on the fly. But it was incredible. The energy, the pace, the madness of it all. I mean, we're talking about 1995. The internet barely existed. People were still using fax machines, pagers. The chaos was real.
I'm impressed. That's a serious background.
Well, it was intense, but that's not really the point. The point is, something happened one afternoon that I'll never forget. Something pretty bizarre, actually, and it involves one of the most common phrasal verbs we use today, the kind of verb that appears constantly in English conversations.
Now I'm really curious.
So, imagine this scene. It's 1995. No flash drives, no cloud storage, nothing. We're working with paper files, stacks of them, mountains of paper on every desk, folders everywhere. And one day, one of our colleagues, a guy named Michael, he was accused of stealing documents from the office.
Stealing? What kind of documents?
Sensitive stuff. Materials related to a corruption case we were investigating. A big one, actually. Local politics, financial irregularities, the kind of thing that gets people nervous. We're talking about powerful people with something to lose. Real consequences.
Okay, so this Michael guy supposedly what? Made off with all these documents?
Exactly. That's the phrase everyone was using. Did he make off with them? He definitely made off with some files. The whole newsroom was buzzing about it. People were gathered in corners, whispering. The editors were pulling their hair out. It was the only thing anyone talked about for days. The tension was thick.
But, was he guilty? Did anyone actually know?
That's the strange part. At first, nobody was sure. It was all rumors, speculation, whispers in the corner. And Michael denied everything. He said he would never do that. He had been with the paper for years, Respected guy. Been through multiple editors, multiple major stories. But something didn't add up. Some files just disappeared, vanished.
So what happened?
Well, one of the senior editors, this woman named Janet, she decided to review the security footage. Remember, this is the 90s. Technology was primitive. The video quality was grainy, pixelated, almost impossible to read. Sometimes you could barely make out what was actually happening on the screen. You'd squint at it and think, is that even a person or just shadows moving across the hallway?
Make out?
Yeah, like see clearly, distinguish, understand what you're looking at, make sense of it. You'd watch the footage and think, I can't really make out if that's Michael or someone else in the hallway. The image was just too unclear, too blurry. The technology just wasn't there yet. It was frustrating.
Got it. So the tape was basically useless?
Not exactly, but here's where patience came in. Janet kept digging. She rewound it, fast-forwarded, watched it over and over again, frame by frame. This woman was determined. She sat there for hours, days even, and then, Finally, there was a moment when the light hit better. The angle was perfect, and you could definitely make out a figure carrying this manila folder walking toward the back exit. The timing matched exactly when the documents went missing.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was unmistakable once you saw it. And when they cross-referenced the video with the security log, the person who made that exit, it was Michael. Time-stamped, confirmed. His ID card was swiped. It all matched up perfectly. The evidence seemed solid.
So he was making off with the documents after all.
That's what it looked like. The evidence seemed pretty solid at first. But here's where it gets interesting. Michael's version of the story was completely different. He had a whole other explanation.
Which was?
He said he found the files sitting on a desk, thought they were part of a different case entirely. He was confused, disoriented, new to the office layout back then. And he was making for the conference room to ask a supervisor what to do with them, to get clarification.
Making for?
Heading toward, moving in the direction of. That was his claim anyway. He said, I was making for the conference room. I wasn't fleeing. I wasn't hiding anything. I just didn't know where those documents belonged.
But the footage.
The footage told a different story. He was walking toward the exit, not the conference room. The geometry didn't match his explanation. But here's the thing. By the time the investigation really got going, everything came out. Turns out Michael was involved in the corruption case himself. Deep in it, actually. He was trying to make off with the evidence before it could be used against him in court, before lawyers could get their hands on it, before the prosecutors could file charges. It was a cover-up, a real cover-up.
Wow, that's actually wild.
It was. And what struck me most was how language worked in that moment. We kept saying, make off with. It became the shorthand for what happened. Did you hear? He made off with the documents, even though at the time nobody knew for certain. We were using that phrase, making assumptions, jumping to conclusions.
And the ambiguity was real.
Exactly. Was he stealing? Was he confused? Was he moving evidence or moving files? Was he making for the conference room or making for the exit? The same action, the same gesture could mean completely different things depending on context and intent, on what was actually in his mind.
So that's why you're thinking about make off with today?
That's part of it, yeah. But more than that, what I realized is that the whole family of phrasal verbs with make, they're everywhere in situations like that. In real conversations, in offices, in conflicts, in misunderstandings, in journalism, in life.
And if you're learning English?
Especially if you're preparing for tests like TOEIC or IELTS, you're going to run into them constantly. They're practical, they're essential, and they can completely change the meaning of what you're trying to say. They can change how people interpret you.
So we're going to break down the whole family today.
The whole family. 7 phrasal verbs, all built on make. Make up, make out, make with, make off with, make for, make over. 7 different verbs, 7 different contexts, 7 different ways that one simple verb becomes something entirely different.
All built on the same root verb.
Exactly. And understanding how each particle changes the meaning, that's the key to everything. That's how you unlock the real English that native speakers use every single day.
This should be good.
It's gonna make sense by the end, I promise. And honestly, once you learn these, you're gonna hear them everywhere. In movies, in podcasts, in business meetings, in casual conversations. You'll start spotting them in sentences you never noticed before.
You'll wonder how you ever missed them.
100%. So, let's do this. Let's break down each one carefully. Let's make sure you understand the logic behind each particle, the context, the examples.
I'm ready. Take us through it.
All right, let's go.
So, first one, to make up.
This one is very emotional, very positive. It's about reconciliation.
When you make up with someone, you reconcile. You resolve a conflict. You return to friendship or peace after a disagreement.
After their fight, Sarah and Tom decided to make up before the weekend trip.
Nice. They were in conflict. They resolved it.
Exactly. They made up. They came back together.
Another example. The couple had been arguing for weeks, but they finally made up at the restaurant.
Very natural. They reconciled. The relationship was restored.
The particle up here is important.
Right. Up suggests recovery. Something that was broken or damaged is now lifted back up to where it was.
It's about restoration.
So, to make up means to reconcile, restore a relationship after conflict.
Next one, to make out.
We've already heard this one in the story, right? It means to distinguish, to see or understand something unclear.
When something is hard to see or comprehend, you make it out.
In the dark, I could barely make out the street sign.
Good. Visibility was low. He struggled to distinguish it.
Another example, the lawyer couldn't make out the signature on the old contract.
Unclear handwriting. He couldn't read it clearly.
But it's also used for understanding, comprehending information.
Like making sense of something?
Exactly. I couldn't make out what she was saying over the phone. The connection was terrible.
The particle out means extraction. You're extracting clarity from confusion.
Right. You're pulling the meaning out of the noise.
So, to make out means to distinguish, see clearly, or understand something unclear.
Third one, to make with.
This one is less common but very useful in casual English.
When you make with something, you supply it. You give it quickly, often because someone is waiting.
It's informal and direct.
The client was waiting. The designer had to make with the presentation files.
They needed it urgently. She supplied it fast.
If you want the report, you'll need to make with those numbers by tomorrow.
It has an impatient tone.
Exactly. With means accompanying action. You give something alongside the expectation or demand.
So, to make with is supply or provide something quickly.
Fourth one, to make off.
This one means to escape or run away.
When you make off, you leave a place hurriedly, often because you want to avoid something or someone.
When the store owner appeared, the shoplifter made off immediately.
Good. He fled. He escaped.
Another example, the thief made off into the alley before police arrived.
He ran away. He vanished.
The particle off means departing, going away from a place.
Right. You're going off, away from where you were.
So, to make off is to escape, run away quickly.
Fifth one, to make off with something.
This is the one from your story.
Exactly. It's similar to make off, but more specific. You escape with something. You steal something and flee.
The burglar made off with the jewels from the safe.
He didn't just flee, he fled with the stolen goods.
Another example, someone made off with my laptop while I was in the restroom.
It combines escape with theft or removal.
Off means going away, and with means carrying something along.
So, to make off with something means to steal something and escape quickly with it.
Sixth one, to make for.
This one means to head toward, to move in the direction of a destination.
When you make for somewhere, you're going there with purpose.
For example, when the alarm sounded, Everyone made for the exits.
They moved urgently toward the exits.
We were late, so we made for the train station.
They headed there directly.
For indicates destination. You're making progress toward something.
It's directional.
So, to make for means to head toward or move in the direction of.
Last one, to make over.
This one means to transform completely, to change something dramatically.
A total transformation or redesign.
The company decided to make over its outdated website to attract younger clients.
Complete overhaul. New design, new structure.
Another example, she made over her entire wardrobe after the promotion.
Everything changed.
The particle over suggests covering the old with the new, going over everything again completely.
It's comprehensive change.
So, to make over equals transform completely, de-resign entirely.
All right, let's recap all 7.
To make up is to reconcile after conflict.
To make out means to distinguish or understand something unclear.
To make with equals supply something quickly.
To make off, escape or run away.
To make off with is steal and escape with something.
To make for is equal to head toward a destination.
To make over, transform or redesign completely.
7 verbs, 7 particles, all different meanings.
And they all matter, especially in business English, in conversations, in exams.
TOEIC and IELTS test these constantly.
Exactly. And now that you understand the particle logic, you'll remember them easily.
So what's next?
Now you can test yourself. Head over to the article linked in the description. There's a quiz waiting for you. 5 questions. Test your knowledge right now.
It's a chance to reinforce what you just learned.
And if you want more material, if you want deeper explanations and examples, all that's on the website, in the article. Everything is there, waiting for you.
Thanks for staying with us today.
We really appreciate your attention, your focus, your dedication to learning real English.
Keep listening to our podcast.
We're releasing new episodes every single Sunday. Same time, same place. New phrasal verb families every week.
Your English is going to improve.
I promise you that. So, thanks again.
Bye, everyone.
See you next week.